I sit here, and you can be right next to me. Your mama's in a meeting, so I guess that's why she put you out over here, because you were being a little butthead.
Oh, she's working from home?
Yeah, she's been doing that for I don't know how many months now. I guess ever since this whole COVID thing he came into being.
Yeah. I know she might have mentioned it to me once, and then like I probably forgot about it, but I also forget people's positions in work life a lot, and I end up asking that 100 times over. I'm like, oh, where do you work again? So like I told you 3 times last week, I'm like, well, 4 times the charm.
I forgot because of my memory, the way that it
I remember
is.
your job, but for some reason I remember your job, but everybody else's is just flatline.
Well, my job has changed since the middle of February of this year. I work at Home Depot now, and actually I got a raise yesterday, so that's definitely good. It was just $1, but heck, it's an extra $1 on the hour, so I'm at 13 an hour now. So.
All right, congratulations, my man.
Yeah, I was like, oh, lovely. But, yeah, long story short, I got fired from my other job because, well, to be perfectly honest with you, my boss was a total friggin' prick and a half, so there is that. I mean, I could go into the whole story about it, but I'm not going to. But it's just the fact that, to put it all into perspective, and here's the thing. His boss, and I'm not kidding you, looks like Jeffrey Epstein's twin. Like, honest to God. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? If that dude ever runs out into public to me, because his boss was a dick too. I'm gonna say, hey, Jeffrey Epstein's twin, because now I don't have any remorse. I can say whatever the hell I want to him now. But like the way that they acted and the way that they were, it was an absolute load of BS, at least as far as I'm concerned. Because my boss at that time, it's like he wouldn't do anything to handle any type of problems or situations that was happening within the department. He might do just enough. Yeah, he might do just enough to try to make himself look like he was good in the eyes of his superiors, as well as human resources there as well. And that would be it. So, oh, that was weird. This thing popped up where the broadcast has started, but it showed it twice. Okay, that's strange. But anyways, yeah, he was pretty much just this type of person where I just tried to get along with him as best I could, knowing he was my boss. But in reality, everybody that worked there didn't like him. We had another boss before he came in, and he was a good guy. And but something happened where he had to quit or got fired or whatever. But I thought he was a lot better than this guy was. And this guy was only like a couple years or a few years younger than I was. And but like the way that he acted, it seemed to me like he tried to act like a damn child with how he tried to run things like he did. Yeah. And I was, it was actually kind of a blessing that I got out of it when I did, because I was talking to my grandmother about it. She's like, I think that's a blessing from God that you got out of there when you did, because that's when the COVID thing started to go around, and it was in a hospital setting. So I got out of that, and now here it is. I'm making more money working at this place. Hadn't even been there a year yet. Now making 13 an hour, when previously working at the hospital I was making like 10 something an hour. So yeah, that just further goes to show to you that if anybody wants to go and get an environmental services or housekeeping in a hospital, I suggest you fully research everything before somebody does that, because you could end up getting screwed really, and they're just using you for labor for the most part.
Yeah.
Because
man, I'm glad that you got out of that. Like that's good. Like fucking, I've been in a place similar like that before, not like job wise, but like situational wise, where I've been like that at work. And it's just not a good place to be. Like I know the feeling, like just being used for labor. Like I used to be I think I might have mentioned it before. I used to be like pretty much a manager at a Starbucks and a Target, and I was getting paid like $10.55 an hour because they didn't want to give me the 11. Like I was already at like, what was it, like 10:30 something, not 10:30 something, but yeah, like 10:30 something, and then they put me to 10:55, and wouldn't even put me at like, not 10:55, what was I at? Oh, 10:70 something, and they just didn't want to give me the $11, and I was just like, it was like literally they were getting to that point, and they were like, well, you're not a manager, so you know, like, we don't want to hit you at that point. I'm like, well, then raise my manager's wages and then raise mine. I was like, what's the deal here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like that, and it was quite annoying. Like I hated it.
Yeah, as I've gotten older when it comes to jobs, I've just been like, I feel like myself, I've gotten more mature at the fact that I'm one of those people who I can only take so much, and I know when I feel like injustice is happening, and I'm like, I come to a point where I'm going to do whatever I can do just to get by, and screw doing anything else to try to you know, make it seem like I'm doing extra work or whatever when I was working there. And I was like, this dude's a douche. I was like, I was just going to work there until I ended up finding something else. But luckily, when it happened, I was already fired. But I got hired on there like probably 3 weeks after I got fired from that place, which is good. So it didn't take long, because Lord knows I was putting in applications like crazy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I did actually work for a day at this plant place. I felt like a freaking robot, dude. It's just like it's the same repetitive motion, one after another over the course of 8 hours. And I'm just like, I did that for one day, and I said, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to stick with the Home Depot thing. It's more free-flowing there. It's more like open and free. You can just work, get your stuff done like you're supposed to, but you know, you feel more... You can chat with people, you can listen to music while you're there, you know, just not having to feel like you're doing one repetitive motion, one after another inside of a factory and blah, 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 blah. It's just like, oh my gosh, I'd rather...
At Amazon.
yeah, I would guess so, yeah.
I know how it is. I used to work at FedEx for like 3 months, and it was the same thing, but like, it was BS work for BS pay.
Yeah.
And it was like, because the thing is like the thing that I probably hate the most is when like you get hired at a job, and the job pays you to do the job, but the job is not specified as one job.
Yeah.
So they can make you do a lot more work and still roll it under being the job. So like, I got hired, and I was doing offloading, which I like. Just taking everything out of the truck and putting it on the putting it on the belt. And I didn't mind that. And it was nice.
That's what I'm doing.
You know?
That's one thing, anyways.
Like, it's nice, and I like it. I liked it for a while, and it was just like, it kind of sucked. I mean, I was getting paid like $13 an hour, and like, the thing was, there wasn't really a clock out time, so like, I'd clock in probably around like 6, maybe 5, and then the work would pretty much be done by 9 or 10 or maybe even 11, but sometimes it'd be done at like 8, but then like they'd have us waiting around till all the trucks were done, and then I would just offload, and I didn't mind it too much. Sometimes it sucked when like the trucks were full, and then sometimes there was like 2 goddamn pallets worth of stuff, and it was like, okay, this is not too bad. One thing I didn't mind was offloading, so all I had to do was just throw it off right onto the belt and have it go right up. But we were doing fine for a bit, and the number of projections went down because they were like, people aren't scanning shit right. They're like, you know, hey, make sure you're keeping the box's labels face up when you're throwing them on the belt. And I'm like, yeah, I've been doing that. So they were like, yeah, they were like, the scanners aren't doing well down there, and they were like, you know, it's not working. And you wouldn't mainly get off like big, like semi trucks or anything. Sometimes you get the smaller trucks, the ones that drive around that are like independent, and you'd offload those. I'm like, all right, yeah, that works. And then pretty much I would just do that all day, and I didn't mind it too much. It was decent work, you know, it was decent stress. Like, I didn't have to really worry about it too much. And then they switched everything around, and then I was loading, and loading sucks. Like,
yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, like when you work at a packaging facility. So I was like, I don't know how that operates at like Home Depot, I don't know if you guys do, like, yeah, you guys wouldn't do loading, right? Like, you guys wouldn't be putting on stuff on trucks, right?
No, we're just unloading.
Yeah, so, like, loading sucks ass. You know, it's not me taking away from the job or anything. What I mean by that, it was just, like, a nice comparison, I guess. But, it sucks. Because you have to take, you get, it's somewhat efficient. Like, you get this little wrist pad that puts on your arm, and then you get, like, basically what feels like a heart monitor on your finger, and then you just click that, and then you use your finger to, like, scan the package, and then you throw it into the truck. But it sounds
tagging
easy,
you.
right?
Yeah, it sounds like they're tagging you. We're gonna follow you wherever you go.
Yeah, like, you literally just scan, the package comes down the belt, you scan it, but it comes as fast as people are throwing it on the truck. And the thing is sometimes when there's, like, not really a lot going on with the trucks, like, you don't have to worry about scanning too much, but loading sucks because you gotta fill it from top to bottom. So, like, on trucks, you usually just see a flat floor, like when you take stuff off. But with, like, certain trucks, there's basically doors that flip up and over, and then you have to fill the belly of the truck. And the thing is like, you gotta fill that first. But, like, it's just bullshit, because it's like, you gotta play a Tetris game with a giant truck. And usually that would sound fun, but it's not. It sucks. Like, and sometimes they're like, you know, our employees can only lift up to, like, 70 to, like, 50 pounds worth of boxes. And the boxes sometimes they give you are, like, 90 pounds and, like, 20 pounds overweight what you're supposed to be lifting.
Yeah, that's like a team lift thing.
Yeah, and the thing is, you're the only person in that truck, and sometimes there's other people helping you, but, you know, you're sometimes in that truck by yourself, having to scan the packages, and it was ridiculous, because, like, they were like, the numbers are low because the packages aren't getting scanned, and it's like, how do you expect us to keep up with all this when you got so much shit coming down the belt, and you've got, like, one person scanning boxes, and on top of that, having to fill up the bottom of a truck, and then, like, having to play Tetris with the other truck, like, with the top part of it, and it's like, this is dumb. Like, I didn't like it. Like, because, like, he kept trying to get me to do it every day, and I just told him, I was just like, at a certain point, I was like, look, man, I don't want to do loading. I was like, I will do anything else inside this place. Like, they moved people around, and the thing that was dumb about it was that they moved people around, and nobody liked doing loading, ever. Nobody in the entire facility. Everybody hated it. But one person. And there was this one person who liked loading and would only stay in loading. I'm like, you're a freak of nature, but you know what? Everybody's got their environment. You chill in it, brother. Like,
exactly.
And, the thing was that they moved him out of loading, the only good loader, into, like, loading. And I was like, you're, like, wasting this man's time. I was like, you have someone like me who's good at loading and good at offloading, and you're putting me here. So I would just make up some BS, like, why don't you want to be down here? I'm like, it sucks. It's claustrophobic, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I just want to get out of here. I was like, look, I don't want to do this down here. I'm not good at it. I know I'm not good at it. I was just like, your number's going to get worse when I'm down here, so help me help you. Like, so I asked him, like, one day, I was like, look, I want to move out of loading. And I've gotten to, like, not fights with my manager. I try to stay away from that kind of stuff, but, like, I kind of got into it with one of the managers, because, like, he kept coming up to only me. Kept only coming up to me. He would be doing offloading, and then he'd come up to me with a scanner telling me to go down to loading. And I look at him like, why are you literally only asking me out of, like, 5 people I'm with? I was like, why is it me?
Yeah, exactly.
And I told him, I was like, yeah, like, and then what he said, the thing that I was saying was that, I was like, man, I don't want to do it. It's dumb. It's awful. I was like, and I'm not good at it. He's like, well, it's your job, so you got to do it. And I'm like, oh, that's how it is. I was like, that's cool. All right, gotcha. So, like, I went to the upper manager, and I was like, look, Nick, I hate loading. I'm not good at it. Your numbers are getting bad because of me. I was like, move me out. Let the person who wants to be in there in.
Ooh, trophy.
I asked him that, and, like, I waited, like, 2.5 weeks, and nothing changed. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna leave. So I did. And that's my complaining story.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's hard out here for a pimp. I tell you what.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Not too many attractive hoes to find, I guess. But let's see. Who said something in the... Okay, Junebug. Worked for a tree service, wanted to lie to a customer to fit their benefit, was fired 2 days after working for it. Well, you know, man, you got to stick to your guns. You got to stick to your morals and your values, man. I mean, I don't blame you. So.
It happens, yeah. Like that's the thing. Like, I'm all about doing the work. I'm all about that fair, equal share. I'm all about that. I'm all about getting the job done. But like, if I know I'm not doing good in that department, and it's weighing everybody else down. You know, like, I don't want to be like that. I want to be a part of the solution. So I was like, hey man, just leave me. And then like, just didn't do it. And I was just like, you know what? I tried. I did. I tried to be honest. And the pay wasn't that good either. I was getting like $200-300 paychecks.
That's from Odyssey. Yeah, sometimes the pay ain't working, man. Yeah, we're actually in a modern day thing right now in Valhalla. And they showed something from Odyssey, and they're like, oh, so I guess this is the same real person that was from the previous one. But yeah, dude, honestly, like, that's kind of the way that I felt too about the other two previous, because the job that I had before this one was actually me working in a hospital, and the pay wasn't worth it. Wow, Heather, you took forever and a day. It's 5,000 years later, and you finally returned. She's like, I had to go take a shit.
My grandma. Yeah, I took a massive too. and it was like turtle heading, and then it decided to all come out at once.
I'm taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
I think my favorite description was I watched this guy called Matty Matheson. He's like this really famous cook, and he has this YouTube channel on YouTube, yeah, but it's called Just a Dash, and he does these hilarious like videos / cooking videos, and he was describing. So like some good context is this guy used to do a lot of like acid like psychedelics before he became a chef.
Oh Lord.
So, it was really funny because the way he described the fact that he had to use the bathroom and like take a dump made no sense, but it was so
Try something real quick. Let's see here. I'm gonna trying some stuff here with some audio stuff. I'm currently at a modern day thing in Valhalla. Of course, you know that was gonna happen. I'm streaming right now. Indeed. I'm checking something out right now. Check here. Oops. Jeez.
I don't mind you. I love my grandma in person. It's just technology blows your brains. Oh yeah. I feel that my mom was my mom was a little like too deep in technology. So like, I was trying to just show her how to order things frequently, okay? Yeah, I don't fuck that, right? I was like, why? She said, put your credit card on there. I was like, you're paying your bills online. Put your credit card on there, honey! How mine is, she's like, I don't want to put my credit card online. I said, yet you buy your straight talk. You're in the internet all the time. Out there and give me a fuck about it.
I do it and then I take it out immediately.
Yeah, so do I, because I don't want people stealing.
Brandon, I forgot to tell you this. I know I didn't tell you this story. I talked to Heather about it. But a few days ago, I ended up getting a message from PlayStation Network that ended up telling me, oh, your pre-order for Cyberpunk has been delayed until December 10th. And I said, oh, you got it too? Yeah, everybody got that, man. Sony is fucking up royally with this friggin' new update they put out. Yeah, and yeah, I'm gonna have mine physically because I think it's stupid to pre-order stuff digitally. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just code isn't gonna run out unless the developer themselves want to have you by the balls and be like, no, you're not gonna be able to get this online anymore because we said so. I go and buy a disc. Hey, guess what, motherfucker? So, anyways, but
No problem.
No, yeah, like I found out about the update probably a couple days ago. Not a couple days ago, but like about what was it, like 2 weeks before Cyberpunk was supposed to come out, and I had just pre-ordered it like a half a month before that. And then,
I don't know if anybody told you, not to interrupt real fast, but those guys that have the red line in between them, they pretty much have to die together or the red line stays there forever. And they revive each other.
Oh god.
Yeah.
oh wow.
So we gotta,
Sorry, I saw something in game that made me go, oh wow.
I'll take left.
What do I have shooting at me? This isn't cool.
I don't want to go through all these things.
Okay, you kill that guy, he's gonna bite my butt. No.
Let's see here. You know what? I think I already streamed twice a day. I don't think I'll probably stream anymore right now. I don't think anybody's in the chat anyways, because I don't trust this stuff, but...
Did John not come back?
No, Junebug was here and he was in here, but I think he ended up leaving, I think, or maybe I lost connection or something. I don't know. He said something once and I had said something regarding what he said, but... I just streamed twice a day, and we're going to be randomly talking about so much stuff that I just figured I would end the stream. So anyways, folks in the stream, or out of the stream, or coming to see the stream, I'm in the stream now. I'll probably be back tonight. And it's like I always do, later taters, and all that stuff.
Still shooting at me.
It's these nuts. Ha ha.